Big thanks to Rotella's Italian Bakery. Once again, you can get a preview of how delicious Rotella's Italian Bakery breads and buns are down in the concession stand, wrapping on Nebraska's best pork tenderloin sandwiches, hamburgers, hot dogs, Polish dogs, cheeseburgers. Rotella's Italian Bakery has been an Omaha tradition now for over 100 years, masterfully blending old world skills with modern efficiencies. You can smell perfection around the 108th and Harrison area. Best smelling part of Omaha, Nebraska, 108th and Harrison. Get to the Rotella's Italian Bakery retail shop or pick it up at your local grocers. But I'm telling you, 95 cents for 12 hamburger buns. You can't beat that.
No, a luxury for sure. Here we go. Time for some stock car racing here at I-80 Speedway, the VP Racing Fuels Charlie Clark Memorial. Heat race number 1 is off to a good start. It's going to be the Sunflower State's Tathan Burkhardt leaving the left rear at home, and so is the 68. Oh, Canada.
Anthony,
Jeremy Swenson.
we were 4 wide for a moment there back in the field. Absolutely not surprised with these stock cars. Are they 3 wide now?
Just about. Sievenbergen was pressing the issue, but he got into Bob Walker there, lap 1 going to Tathan Burkhardt. But how about the Canadian Jeremy Swenson in that 68 putting in a good run early on. But right now, Bob Walker is starting to fade.
Burkhardt pulling away, running away really from the Bob Walker machine, trying to get away as this field
speaking
fights
of the Walker
back.
Machine, just caught a bit of the 714 of Scott Stiskel. Walker dropping like a rock right now. Meanwhile, Jed Williams looking on the outside of Brandon Wergen. Here comes Jesus on the 77K. He was our winner down at Deschler for the Stock Car Crown Tour. And then we got our winner from Columbus, Nebraska, Elijah Sievenbergen, right back there as well. Both of them trying to become the first repeat winner with the Stock Car Crown Tour on Saturday.
Burkhardt and Swanson both breaking away. Jed Williams now starting to reel in the 68 of Jeremy Swanson. We talked about Jed Williams. Stout competition he is at I-80 Speedway and throughout the Midwest. Working that high groove around turns 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, he's closing the gap on the 68. He's got 3 laps left to get there.
Jed Williams, a past winner here at the I-80 Speedway. Same goes for the 66Z of Elijah Sievenbergen. And now here comes Jed Williams on the backside of the Canadian to say it's about time you get on it. Into turn number 3, Swanson right through the middle.
Gave him a shot to the maple syrup.
Swanson doing a great job holding his own in that 68 machine. Williams and Sievenbergen applying the pressure. Williams with a good run, saying bottom lane's where it's at, buddy.
Made a good move down on the low side exit at turn number 2, carried the momentum down the backstretch. He's going to continue it through 3 and 4. Does he slide up and close the door? He does. Jed Williams up to second. White flag is out. Final time for Burkhardt.
And the 250 out of Hays, Kansas, the former hobby stock driver, made the switch to stock cars a couple of seasons ago. And now he has really blossomed as a driver. Swanson and Sievenbergen battling out for the 3rd spot, but it's all behind the Kansas native, Tathan Burkhardt, wire to win heat race number 1.
Jed Williams brings it home in 2nd. Elijah Sievenbergen in 3rd. Jeremy Swanson in 4th. And Brandon Wergen with a nice top 5 finish.
We give it up for him, race fans, one more time. Your winner out of Hays, Kansas. Your winner of stock car heat race number 1, car number 250, Tathan Burkhardt.
Row number 4 to the inside out of Chelsea, Iowa in the 99X. That's Dallin Murdy to his outside out of Murdoch, Nebraska, the 5B, Matt Boucher.
Your final car on the speedway from Carter Lake, Iowa. That'll be the 40. That is Jake McLeod. Jordan Grabowski and Dallin Murdy, both 2 more stock car crown winners.
Have you heard? Have you ever heard about Dallin Murdy?
Oh yeah.
I thought I've heard that name once or twice.
He's won the Cornhusker.
Is he pretty good?
He's won the Cornhusker.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go.
Did he win a good race over in Iowa a little bit ago? A couple weeks ago?
Maybe.
He did. Okay.
Well, the 30's no slouch, and he is going to jump right to the lead here as we go green. Grabowski got the drop on Pfeiffer as they go into turn number 1. Grabowski with the whole shot as they go. Murdy to the inside of Haney. Meanwhile, Troy Burkhardt has worked his way to 4th already. How about Dylan Richards? I think only his 3rd night behind the wheel of a stock car. He has worked his way to the final spot on the podium early on.
Jordan Grabowski and Kyle Pfeiffer going at it. Pfeiffer looked to the inside for a minute there. Grabowski's going to go back to the high side. Pfeiffer slightly lower groove. Can Pfeiffer get a run off the corner? Grabowski's going to pinch him down out of turn 2. That battle continues down the backstretch.
Meanwhile, battle for third is shaping up between Richards and Burkhardt. Here goes Burkhardt with the big sunflower slider off at turn number 4. Richards trying to turn it back underneath them at the line. Richards will have it. Burkhardt, I believe, coming off a big win last weekend on the home track down in Hays, Kansas. And now let's make it a triple threat match. Here comes Murray. The game changer is ready to make it interesting even more.
Good move for Richards down the backstretch. Pulled the same move on Burkhardt. Got the spot back. Richards now up the racetrack. Dallin Murray puts the closer on. That's the 24R of Dylan Richards.
And Dallin Murray not wasting any time here. No wasted time, no wasted effort. And now Troy Burkhardt going toe-to-toe with this fellow Kansas native. You got Troy from Hays, and then you got Kyle Pfeiffer from Hill City. They're all behind the Nebraska native, though. Jordan Grabowski, many times a feature winner in the stock cars and in the modifieds out here, trying to add another one here at the Charlie Clark Memorial. 3 laps to go.
Customary move for Jordan Grabowski, diamonding off turn number 2, getting a big run down the backstretch. Last time by, the scoring and timing ran a 21.609, just slightly slower than your sport modifieds. That will pick up as the night goes on. 2 laps left to go for your IMCA modified national champion.
Troy Burkhardt doing a great job holding off the likes of Dallin Murray and Dylan Richards. Murray, he won out here back in July during the Silver Dollar Nationals weekend. Won the Stock Car Crown race out here. That was a $4,000 victory. Meanwhile, Grabowski, I believe he picked up the first Stock Car Crown race on his home soil at Beatrice. White flag is out, final trip around. Gravo's got it well in hand, but all eyes are on that battle for third as Murray and Burkhardt get a little bit close to comfort.
Murray had to drop out of the gas quite a bit down the backstretch, lost several positions. But out of turn 4, come to the checkered flag, Jordan Grabowski is your Heat Race 2 winner in your Rotella's Italian Bakery stock cars.
Then it's Kyle Pfeiffer, Troy Burkhardt, Dylan Richards, and Dallin Murray. That'll be the top 5. What a race there.
Wow.
But give it up for him, race fans. Your winner of Heat Race number 2. He hails from Beatrice, Nebraska. It's about an hour-and-a-half drive south of here at I-80. Car number 30, let him hear you, race fans, Jordan Grabowski. There's Vanover trying to erase the bad run he had the last time he was out on the Stock Car Crown Tour. Looking to bounce back. Normally runs pretty well out here. He's got multiple feature wins here at I-80 Speedway, looking for a big $5,300 win here on Saturday. I'd like to pick up a little bit of extra chunk of change here tonight for the Charlie Clark Memorial. Caution lights are out. Kurt Drake running a little extra hood scoop on the front of his car.
He took that car through the Fluff and Buff station, looking a little bright orange tonight.
Yep. Green is up on Heat Race number 3 for the Rotella's Italian Bakery stock cars, and right to the outside goes the 19 of Vanover. He'll have the race lead off the exit. Meanwhile, the Stapletons trying to gang up on the 55 of Drake as they go down the backstretch. Vanover trying to leave early. Meanwhile, the Stapletons, you got Mike on the inside, Corey on the outside. That's the battle for third. Kyle Vanover leads lap 1.
Kyle Vanover in the 19 machine, lap number 1. Kurt Drake, nice diamond off the corner, gets a good run down the backstretch. He's going to close in.
Take a drink, Dan.
All right, then.
Chance Hollitz.
Tell me twice.
Going 3 wide with the Stapleton family off of turn number 4. Chance Hollitz was right there trying to make a move on the inside, but couldn't get it. So the driver out of Clear Lake, Iowa, will settle back for position number 5. Meanwhile, Scott Smith a little sideways there. He'll surrender a spot to Austin Kaplan. Kaplan right to the backside of Wergen as they come off of turn 2. A-Cap trying to hustle his way to the front.
Kyle Vanover, Kurt Drake. Then it's a hornet's nest. Again, 3 wide back in the field. Do we keep taking drinks or just one per race?
I don't know. I mean, have at it. It's a free-for-all for all I care right now.
Yeah, you know what? Make your own rules up. House rules.
Have some fun right there. It's on the house at this point, I guess.
Oh, no, we can't afford that.
No, can't quite that. Not quite. Meanwhile, Hollitz has worked his way to the 3rd spot now. He's able to get around Mike Stapleton, but Stapleton still has a dog in this fight as we go into turn number 1. It's going to be a triple threat match. Here comes Hollitz on the inside of Kurt Drake. Great race there.
I think I saw a hood pin loose on Drake, causing a little bit of drag. He'll be running the middle of the groove through turns 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, 2 laps left to go. Kyle Vanover's off the base.
Oh, something gave way on Vanover. It's something internal, a tough right there for your race leader. And now give the lead back to the Catfish.
I think I saw a flat tire on the right side. Potential flat tire on the right side.
Well, that hood pin, you can see it just right on the Advanced Racing screen. Good eagle eye there, Dan, as the white flag comes out. And now Kurt Drake falls back to third as Chance Hollitz and Mike Stapleton get around. How about Austin Kaplan from dead last, going for third off of turn 2. What a run for ACAP. Into 3 we go. The top 5 are all right there. Kaplan not done in his mind. Off of 4, it's going to be Chance Hollitz to take the win. Mike Stapleton. And then it's Austin Kaplan, Corey Stapleton, and Kurt Drake. What a race.
I think you need to take a drink now.
One more time, race fans, give him a round of applause. Your winner of heat race number 3. He represents Clear Lake, Iowa. Car number 6, it's Chance Hollitz.
On his outside, the 34 out of Virginia, Nebraska, to the Max Harder.
And your 9th and final starter from Shickley, Nebraska, that'll be the 88. That is Dylan Lowenstein. So 9 cars, 7 laps. Heat race number 4. As you can see right now, the safety crew, actually the team hard at work on the 19 on Kyle Vanover to see what went south on that machine after he had the heat well at hand. Meanwhile, caution lights are out, and we go green. Our 4th and final stock car heat is underway here at the VP Racing Fuels Charlie Clark Memorial. Side by side, right off the bat, they do not leave. It's a high-speed line dance. Everyone's got a partner on this dance floor early. Scott Davis able to poke ahead of Brands for that 5th spot. Meanwhile, Shane Stutzman works his way into the lead as they go to turn number 3. Nick Roberts not leaving him for a second off of turn number 4. Lap 1 will go to Shane Stutzman. Meanwhile, we got trouble. Nick Woodard's around.
Oh, no. Caution is out of the speedway.
And top right there, the 2-time I-80 Speedway track champion. I want to say your champion from 2016 and 2017. It was back-to-back years at the driver out of Corning, Iowa. Tasted championship gold here at I-80. At I-80 Speedway. Of course, Woodard, he finished 4th in the championship standings here in Greenwood. As we take a look at the Advantage Racing instant replay. Let's see what happened here. Oh, looks like may have... Hard to steer the car when the back wheels are off the ground.
Yeah, the 81 just... Scott Davis just sent Nick Woodard around. I can hear race officials discussing.
So unfortunately, the driver out of Madrid, Iowa is going to drop to the tail. Of course, this track's a little bit bigger compared to the others that Scott Davis normally runs at.
So it's unfortunate, just kind of one of those rules, as many racetracks. Nick Woodard sent to the rear for bringing out the caution, but the 81 of Scott Davis being sent to the rear for causing Nick Woodard to go around.
Well, back to green we go. Hopefully we can stay clean and green the rest of the way. 1 lap officially in the books, and right to work goes the 50C of Colton Osborne. Colton, normally a stock car and a modified driver. I think you might see both of them tonight. And same goes for the 23 junior Nick Roberts. That you will see. He had both cars out here in hot laps. Osborne giving Roberts a good run to the inside off of turn number 4. That's for the 2nd spot at the line. His timing and scoring has, I believe, Roberts. But looks like Osborne's transponder not reading that time by.
Shane Stutzman is your leader down the backstretch. Sugar Shane Stutzman, no stranger to victory lane at I-80 Speedway. As Anthony mentioned, multi-time stock car track champion at I-80 Speedway.
Ooh, and looks like Cameron is seeing stars right there. Hopefully not, but Cameron is seeing the wrong direction. And so is Dylan Lowenstein. He does a dipsy-do spinaroo in turns 1 and 2. But Cameron Starry said, hey, I did it first. So the copyright deal's mine. That's up right there, Cameron Starry facing the wrong direction. I believe that's a Josh Gill car. I believe that's a Terminator chassis on that 8J machine. Top right there, our lone driver from the Lone Star State. Let's take a look on the replay there. Starry, yep, just lost it on his own. There looks like to be a little bit of a gray streak developing in turns 3 and 4 where the rubber's getting laid down. Starry found it, and he got the short end of the stick there. Tough right there for the Texan. Caution lights are out. We'll try it again. Shane Stutzman, many times a winner, many times a champion here in Greenwood. Would love to add the Charlie Clark Memorial to his resume before this track is done. Green back out. And Nick Roberts right to the low side of Stutzman. They were like that to start this race, and they have not left. Colton Osborne says, hey, you guys are looking lonely out there. Need a partner there? Let's make it a triple threat match.
Side by side, Osborne and Roberts going at it as Shane Stutzman starting to pull away with the race lead. No, they're right there as that battle for second continues.
You got two Nebraskans in Iowa. Oh, and Roberts up and over he goes. And that car is demolished in 1 and 2.
Red flag is out.
Wow.
All cars stop. Safety officials getting onto the racetrack.
Nick Woodard spun out to avoid any contact. I think that car just hooked wrong going into the corner, and up and over he went. Another big shout, got to send a big shout out to Terminator Chassis for building a safe race car that kept Nick in during that wild rollover. I mean, we'll take a look at it on the Advantage Racing replay. Tight race here between Roberts and Osborne. Looking at it,
oh yeah.
Car just hooked.
It dug right into the racing surface, started to go over as they entered turn 1. He's able to kind of correct it a little bit, but eventually just going through the corner, it just went over all by itself.
But yeah, another big kudos to the Terminator Chassis team. I know.
There's another shot.
In an incident like this, you know, you hate to see one of your cars that you put some hard work into get destroyed like that. But when we heard that Nick was able to get out under his own power, that's what you hope for, a race car that's just as safe as it is fast. And we saw that tonight. A tough right there for Nick. A lot of work. I don't believe that car may not be coming out for the rest of the weekend after a tumble like that. Would love to see it back out here, but that's going to be a tall order for the driver out of Des Moines, Iowa. It takes every little bit. It makes a great show.
Absolutely.
Everyone comes together. And speaking of come together.
We ready to go green?
Yep, that's what the field's going to do. Caution lights are out. We're going to bunch it back up. And after our first red flag of the night, hopefully that'll be the last one.
4 laps completed, 3 laps to go. Green flag is back out. Shane Stutzman and Colton Osborne going at it for that lead spot going into turn 1.
How about the run by Scott Davis on the outside of Nick Woodard? 3 cars now as Austin Brands got out of shape off at turn number 1. That's going to make it a fatal 4-way match for the 3rd spot. Here comes Max Harder, Nick Woodard, Scott Davis all right there with Austin Brands. Great run there. Here comes Harder on the low side. Can't make the pass on Brands.
Felt like Brands' car was digging in a lot like we saw Nick Roberts' car do when he went for a roll in turn 1. But Brands' car this time much better through turns 1 and 2 as Shane Stutzman's going to eke out a slight advantage over Colton Osborne going into 3.
Osborne looking to take some big money back to the Sandhills part of Nebraska from Cozad right to the inside off at turn number 4. Stutzman still with the lead. Half a car length there as they came to the white flag. Just over half a lap to go. It's the 2 Nebraska natives here in front of this one.
Shane Stutzman, Colton Osborne, Austin Brands, top 3, although the top 2 have broken away. Colton Osborne going for it. Off turn number 4, nose to nose at the line.
Oh!
Shane Stutzman gets the win.
Oh man, what a race.
Actually, I can't say that because Colton Osborne, his transponder is not working.
What a time for that.
Looks like they've updated the scoreboard. I do believe officially Shane Stutzman gets that win.
Wow, well, give those guys a round of applause. What a race there. But your winner, give it up for him out of Milford, Nebraska, the 22S, Shane Stutzman, winning our 4th and final Rotella's Italian Bakery Stock Car Heat. Let's take a look at that. We got a replay for this finish. Take a look at this. Beautiful shot by the Advantage guys. A little bit closer. That's out where the line is. Dang, that's close.
I will point out, for those watching on Advantage Racing TV, the white pole where the speaker is actually where the scoring loop is at. So it's farther back from the actual start-finish line, and I think Shane Stutzman just eked that one out by milliseconds.
Well, looks like we're great job by the Advantage crew for catching that.
This is going to be a fun one. Keep an eye on that 19 of Kyle Vanover starting second from the last row. Kyle ran a very good heat race early on. Mechanical issues made him retire early and relegated him to this first of 2 B features.
Well, my mistake. Thank you to the speed shot cam. Steve Shepard is out there. My mistake. So Steve will find himself in line. Thank goodness for the speed shot cam. It's just a shame a couple years back during one of our SLMR shows, we ended up clobbering the speed shot cam over at Harlan.
Well, they gave me the option at the beginning of the night, said, do you want a speed shot cam or an announcer's booth cam? And after they explained to me the difference between the two, I quickly picked the speed shot cam because nobody needs to see us call a race.
I was going to say, have they met us?
Yeah.
I mean, Dugan knows
Dugan was
us.
being nice. I mean, he knew the answer.
He was taking pity on us. Here we go, top 3 to the Charlie Clark Memorial main event for the stock cars. We go green in B feature number 1.
8 laps to settle, top 3 moving on. Dallin Murdy, Dylan Richards, Matt Boucher. That's your top 3 right now.
There were 3 wide there for a moment as Kyle Vanover and Steve Shepard split Jake McLeod. And Marty Steinbach and Hunter Wergen were getting pretty dicey.
4 wide.
Oh, just about. Lap 1 going to the game changer. Dallin Murdy, he'll be your leader. And Kyle Vanover in 1 lap has worked his way from 10th to 4th.
Kyle Vanover's got to get 1 more spot. He's looking at the 5B of Matt Boucher.
Boucher's not going to give that one easy, though. Boucher, I believe, won our Speedway Motors night at the races here at I-80 about 2 months ago at the tail end of August. Boucher scored a big win there.
Dylan Richards doing a great job holding on to that 2nd spot. We talked about it earlier. Dylan Richards, your 2022 IMCA National Hobby Stock Champion, moving up into the stock car class at the end of the season, just trying his hand at this class, see what's doing good. He is in that 2nd spot. Once again, top 3 moving on in this one. Kyle Vanover going for the spot out of turn number 2.
That's the battle for the final transfer spot. Vanover looking to the inside. Good run on the low side for the 19 as he enters. Side by side with Boucher. Nice and even. Good race there between the 2 Nebraska drivers. Boucher slipped off of 4, and that is all that Kyle needed to take that final transfer spot away. That Cadillac chassis by Big Johnson Race Cars. Number 19, ready to take the fight. Boucher's
caution.
got something. We got a caution.
Jake McLeod around in turns 3 and 4.
Oh, please tell me he did not damage the paint job on that
machine. That is a beautiful machine.
Oh, man. Just about every other year or every year, Jake brings that car out to the World of Wheels car show up in Omaha, and unfortunately, it's going to be an early departure for the driver out of Carter Lake, Iowa.
Dallin Murdy, Dylan Richards, and Kyle Vanover. That's your top 3 moving on right now. First car outside looking in is that 5B of Matt Boucher.
Hard to believe we're saying Dallin Murdy in a B feature.
I know.
Like, what is this kind of sorcery?
I know. First car outside looking in, we said it's Matt Boucher. Want to send a congratulations out to the 2X of Hunter Wergen. Him and his lovely wife Tori announced that they are expecting
the future tire changer in the process.
Yeah.
Work his way up the ladder. Or her.
You got to work on that pit crew.
Green flag is back out. And the rest of the field has got to work on catching Dallin Murdy because young man ain't waiting for nobody.
Dylan Richards holding strong on the outside. Kyle Vanover took a look to the inside on the exit at turn number 2. Not able to make it stick. Richards holding strong on the high side. Turns 3 and 4. Vanover takes a look again. Just can't get that car to drift up the track because Richards is right there.
Dallin Murdy, a past champion of the Speedway Motors Cornhusker Classic. He won the stock car crown race here back in July. I mean, this young man out of Chelsea, Iowa has done nothing but impress. Damon, you got a great son in the form of Dallin. He's taken the fight to a lot of these tough drivers up here as Kyle Vanover works to the inside. Dylan Richards saying, young man, this is where you need to go.
Battle is for second. Vanover's going to slide up the racetrack. Richards, nice crossover move, tries to get a run off turn number 2, but Vanover's going to have the nose going into 3.
There you go. Dylan Richards said, I saw it there. Let me work it. Let me dang flip and reverse it off at turn number 4. Kyle Vanover says no way to that.
Damage on Richards' car. Something sheet metal sticking up out of the back window of the car.
Looks like maybe a a rear panel on the 24R that's sticking out. Doesn't seem to be slowing him down too much.
Well, he did lose a spot, so maybe just a little bit.
I'll tell you,
he's got one. No, checkered flag is out. Dylan Richards is going to hold on for the third and final transfer spot as Dallin Murdy picks up the win, and Kyle Vanover brings it home in second.
Dylan Richards will take that final transfer spot. Good job there. As if the stock cars couldn't get any more stout. Dylan Richards joins the fray. But give it up for your B-Main winner, race fans. The young man out of Chelsea, Iowa, has been turning a lot of heads the last couple of years in the stock car division. Car number 99X, give it up for him, Dallin Murdy.
Row number 4 to the inside out of Fremont, the 12X, Dylan Haney on his outside. It's going to be the 24 junior. I doubt he's going to make it out. Scheduled to start outside row number 4, Nick Roberts.
Fifth row back on the inside, that'll be the driver out of Fremont, Nebraska, the 24T, that's Tad Newell. On his outside from Corpus Christi, Texas, that is going to be the 8J, that is Cameron Starry. Look at that, my wish has been granted.
Apparently he got done picking because Jesse Sobbing scheduled to start final row. Position number 11 out of Malvern, Iowa, the 99, the crazy Jesse Sobbing.
Oh, man, this is going to be fun here.
Yeah.
The last chance for one last dance for the stock cars.
He's already picked up 2 spots.
Here we go, our final B feature for the stock cars. So the VP Racing Fuels Charlie Clark Memorial's underway, and Corey Stapleton ain't waiting around.
Nick Woodard all over the back bumper of Drake, giving him a push down the front stretch. 3 wide exit of turn 2. That's going to be a drink.
And who better to do it than the crazy one, Sobbing, already to second. He's already put that car in victory lane numerous times this year here at I-80 Speedway, already up to second as Stapleton takes lap 1.
Jesse Sobbing punches his ticket to the A feature. So far, it's a long race. A lot can happen. Kurt Drake holding on to that third and final transfer spot. Nick Woodard wants it. Woodard's going to go hard into turn 3. Gives Drake a shot. Has to lift. Around goes Woodard. Caution is out.
I'm wondering if he may have had some assistance from Cameron Starry halfway down the back straightaway. Starry had a good run off at turn number 2 and just gave Woodard a huge boost of speed like he just had a mushroom off of Mario Kart, and that sent Woodard right into Drake. We'll have to check the replay if that is available. You can see the damage on the 31 of Nick Woodard. Well, asking you shall receive. Thank you, Dugan. We'll see right there. Well, that may have been either that or that was Woodard on his own accord.
I think Woodard just got hard into the corner. He made contact with Drake and then lifted to get off of Drake, and because of that, just went around. By the way, I just got a Snapchat from James Rowland.
There you go.
Did Anthony just use a Missy Elliott line? And James, absolutely he did. Anthony is a well-versed young man.
Well, Cameron Starry kept his nose clean. My apologies to the Texan right there. So no wrongdoing for the 8J machine. So that was on Woodard, unfortunately, and he got the short end of that deal. As for the Texan, Cameron Starry, he's still 2 spots. He still needs to pass 3 more cars before he can make his way into the big show.
Nick Woodard, who was battling to get that final transfer spot, was running 4th. Now at the tail of the field, he'll have 7 laps to figure it out to find his way to the front. Sobbing, restarting in 2nd, all over the back bumper of Corey Stapleton.
Here we go, back to business we go. Scott Smith ready to take the fight to the 8J of Starry. Meanwhile, how about Stapleton and Sobbing? Off of turn 2, Stapleton with the upper hand. Sobbing saying, hey, I see that orange wheel well. The orange is my thing. Off of turn number 4, I'll show you how it's done. Right to the lead. No hot laps, no heat race needed. Jesse Sobbing to the front.
Jesse Sobbing absolutely knows how to win at I-80 Speedway. Started out doing it, I believe, in a hobby stock.
Yes.
Really found his groove in the sport modified division, moved up into the modifieds. Oh, a little bit of a bobble going into turn number 3 there, but didn't slow him down much. Out of turn number 4, Sobbing holds on to the lead. Corey Stapleton at the line. Cameron Asteri is going to get the final transfer spot, but we still have 5 laps to go.
But Jesse Sobbing, he's a past segment winner here at the Charlie Clark Memorial. Normally, the modified portion of the program is 2 22-lap segments. Jesse Sobbing, a past segment winner of the Charlie Clark Memorial. A little different format for this year's Charlie Clark race. And right now, Jesse Sobbing picking him up and laying him down in car 99.
This is actually going to be pretty fun to watch in the A feature. Keeping an eye on that 99 as he's making his way through the field. He'd be one of the favorites if he was starting closer up. I think he's probably still one of the favorites, even if he starts tail end Charlie. 3 laps left to go for Jesse Sobbing, Corey Stapleton, Cameron Sterry, Kurt Drake starting to fall back. He's into the clutches of the 50 of Scott Smith. Smith going to dive down, try to get the run off turn number 2. Still stays about a car length behind the 55 of Kurt Drake.
And how about Sterry working his way into that 3rd and final transfer spot? The lone driver from the state of Texas, ready to make his presence known here at I-80. Meanwhile, great battle there for 4th between the Nebraska drivers. Kurt Drake in the 55, Scott Smith in the 50. Drake has got the upper hand right now. Drake, of course, a multi-time Pro-Am track champion out here from years gone by at I-80. Meanwhile, Jesse Sobbing, a former Sport Mod track champion out here back in 2011. White flag is out, final trip around for Team Crazy.
Jesse Sobbing rolling in like it's nobody's business, hopping in the car and putting it to the field. Nice and smooth. Oh, hits a little bit of a bump there going into turn number 3 up the racetrack. No harm, no foul. Out of turn number 4, Crazy 99, Jesse Sobbing gets the win.
Mike Stapleton will join him in the feature, and so will Cameron Starry.
You sure that's not Corey Stapleton?
Wait, that's Corey.
It's not very often I get to correct you. I had to take it. I had to take it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. You're right. You're right on that one. But hey,
that was a great backhanded.
There's no denying this. Your B feature winner, race fans. He says hot laps, heat races, never heard of her. Give it up for your B feature winner from Malvern, Iowa, the 99, Jesse Sobbing.